let me get situated real quick.
I think FaceTime comes up. Facebook comes up a little bit after Instagram too. So we'll wait for everybody to get on both sides.
So while everybody is getting on, go ahead, get comfy, get settled, grab a drink, and we'll get started here shortly.
We're glad you're here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay. Oh, I saw it.
Alrighty.
People are already getting on. Look at that.
This is awesome. So let's
Yay.
see. Hello, Tamara.
Hey, Tamara.
Who else do we have? Thomas, we see you. Live big real estate. Woo. That's awesome. Who else do we got?
Hey,
Swift.
Tamara.
Swift
I can open
on.
this. This is awesome, guys.
Yay.
Oh, Facebook won't tell us who we have on there. Sorry, guys. Facebook takes a little longer than Instagram, so we're just waiting on that to get up and running.
Hey,
Ooh,
Lauren.
Lauren's on. Hey, girl.
What's up, girl?
Ooh, Kelsey. Hey. Alrighty. Well, I'm sure people will be coming in as we keep going on with this video, but let's go ahead and get started. So, cheers.
Cheers. Welcome.
Yes, yeah. First off, thank you so much for taking time out of your afternoon, evening to join our Homebuyer Happy Hour. And just introduce ourselves if you guys don't already know. We are the Oklahoma Real Estate Team. This is Jennifer. I'm Kaylee. We have Brittany. And then we also have Tamara and Jamie who are actually online with us right now. But we're trying to keep it to a minimum with the coronavirus and all. But Oklahoma Team overall has over 20 plus years of real estate experience. And so we wanted to get on and kind of talk to you about the market.
Cool. So for the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to be talking about how, first of all, this crazy pandemic that we've got going on right now. We've gotten so many questions. People are asking, how is the pandemic affecting the real estate market? Are homes still selling? Is now still a good time to buy a home? And so we thought we would just hop on here and answer them all at once. So
Yeah.
for the next 30 minutes or so, that's what we're going to be doing. Then we'll also talk a little bit about the home buying process, especially for first-time home buyers. What are the very first steps that you should take? A lot of people think it is one thing, but it actually would be the other thing. For your very first steps to buy a new home. And if you come across one or two nuggets through everything that we're talking through today that you can take home and remember, then that's our goal. So we'll be throwing a lot of statistics at you, a lot of information at you. Don't get overwhelmed. As we're going through this, we would love for you to comment. We just want to treat this kind of like an informal get-together, and anybody that wants to raise their hand and ask a question, comment as we're going through. And that's why Tamara and Jamie are at home to help us keep track of the comments in case we can't see them, and then we keep looking down here too because we want to be able to answer your questions as they come along.
If for some reason your question gets missed, feel free to DM us or send us an email to hello@oklahoma.com.
Perfect. All right, so one of the main topics that we're going to be talking about is how is the coronavirus impacting the real estate market? And really, the first thing that I just wanted to share with you guys is that here in Oklahoma, at least, real estate has been deemed an essential service. So that's good.
Yay!
Houses are still selling. People are still listing their houses. We're still doing showings, and it's not business as normal or business as usual, but it's, we're making this happen with some safer business practices for our clients, for our sellers, for our buyers, and for ourselves as well. So the market is still extremely hot right now. Just looking at some statistics for single-family homes in Edmond, actually throughout March, listings were up 5% from the same month in 2019. So obviously there's still growth, there's still listings. And actually closed sales are up 5.5% from the same time in 2019 as well. And actually days on market, so if you list your house, how long does it take to sell, is actually down 16% as far as days on market from the same time last year. So that's telling us that houses are selling faster even during the times that we're in right now. And so one of the things that we've been doing to keep kind of safer practices is really what I like to call safer showings. And so we're doing things like that. You know, we have masks for ourselves, for our clients. You know, we wear gloves when we go out to a showing. We have Clorox wipes. And really one thing we're doing is just, you know, limiting showings to pre-qualified buyers, making sure buyers are looking at the pictures online first. You know, there's virtual tours that are available. There's video walkthroughs, there's Matterport photos, so there's so many ways that you can get a better idea. You know, Google satellite images of a
virtual
home
open houses too.
before you even need to see it. So, you know, you can maybe check some off the list or, you know, put those on that you really want to see and then come out and join us for a safer showing. And something we're also doing is we're doing virtual showings for our clients as well. So if you want to stay safe, stay at home, we can also do a showing for you through a FaceTime call or through a Zoom call. We can also take videos for you and post them on YouTube. So there's really a variety of ways to stay engaged and stay, you know, with the real estate market even through what we're dealing with right now.
That's great. We've had a lot of people joining on and watching it too.
I was checking to make sure you
like,
guys
we need
didn't
to
have any questions.
Do some shout outs as people are coming
I
on.
know.
I see Jessica on there. Emily is on there.
Hey,
Emily.
hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Happy belated birthday, Emily.
Yeah.
Christine Cataldo's online. What?
Hey, girl.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Ooh, hey, Christy. I see you. All right, I'm done now.
So that's great. So I see another person that is on is Heather Bomar. She is our preferred lender with the Bomar team at Cornerstone Home Lending. And Heather, I'm so glad that you joined us on here too. Heather can help chime in and answer any questions that you guys may have about the mortgage process, about interest rates and financing and stuff like that too. And just it's so great to have a local expert that we can trust with our clients to take good care of them, to give them top-notch service, and then also to be on top of everything that's happening in the world today, which seems to be changing all the time. Interest rates are crazy low, all kinds of programs out there, and so Heather and her team have been working like crazy. They're rock stars to help all of our clients get the pre-qualification letter like Brittany was talking about.
And I want to touch on that real quick. So to get pre-qualified, you don't even have to meet them in person.
Yep.
So all this is done online. So we can send that over to you guys through an app. And the process takes about 15 minutes, and then they'll get in touch with you. And if you wanted to, I'm sure they would even do a Zoom call with you guys to go into more detail about that.
Yeah.
So, also, hey, Albie, I see you. Kara, nice of you to join.
Hey, Kara. Hey.
And then Christy, hello. Sorry, I had to make all the shout outs real quick.
So Heather's waving. She's saying hi. Heather, is there anything that we'll talk about the process here in just a second, but is there anything that you want to tell the team, tell people listening yet, especially first-time home buyers? Is now a good time to buy a home?
We'll watch for your
now,
comment.
Now
We'll
we'll
answer that. Yes, there's never been a better time.
Right now.
Interest rates are so low right now, so it's a perfect time to get in.
So, oh, go ahead. I thought you were about to talk.
Oh, go ahead. Okay, so go ahead.
I do want to, so Oklahoma team, we are fantastic. Look at us.
Girl gang.
Yes. Woohoo.
You can't touch hands.
Oh.
Elbows.
I forgot. I'll wash my hands, Mom. Okay, so anyways, to work, so as a home buyer, Heather said yes, now is amazing. So as a home buyer, or going to look for a home, as buyer's agents, we represent you guys for free. So there's no extra charge to have a realtor represent you guys during one of the biggest transactions of your life. And with us having the girls on our team, there's 5 of us who are local experts who know the market, know the area, who will help you make a smart choice that will be a good investment for you guys later on.
So one thing with the virus going on right now, a lot of people get scared, get kind of frozen in their tracks, and want to wait until all of this is over before buying a home or looking for homes. But actually, it's those that are paying attention to the real news, the real truth. Yes, it is a terrible thing going on out there, but interest rates right now are crazy low. We'll get into some. Heather can answer some of the questions that we'll get to in a second on how low are interest rates, but they're crazy low right now. Also, tax refund checks are coming out, stimulus checks are coming out. And so it's actually those people that are paying attention that realize now is a fantastic time to jump while everybody else is kind of frozen. So first-time home buyers, I love talking to first-time home buyers because
they're kind of our specialty.
They're our specialty.
And
they're so fun because we get to be educators and go alongside them and teach them the process of home buying. And so, these girls. So, a question that we get almost all the time is when we ask first-time home buyers if they have talked to a lender yet. They'll often say, no, I want to find the house that I love first, and then I'll start the financing process, which kind of makes sense because that's a little bit how buying a car works. But it's actually different in real estate world. It's definitely best for your number one, your first step, to talk to a lender, like the Bomar team at Cornerstone Lending. It doesn't cost anything. There's no obligation at all to get pre-qualified. But to get pre-qualified, it's more than that. They actually go put together a financial plan for you, so that, like for instance, okay, if I go out and look at a home that is $100,000, $200,000, and how much money will I need to bring to closing? How much do I need to save up? And what are my monthly payments going to be? That's really like the big questions. How much money am I going to save up? And what are my monthly payments going to be? Yeah. So those are very important questions to know before you go out and fall in love with a house. I always tell them it's kind of like looking in your purse to see how much money you have before going to the mall. And
shopping analogy.
We all miss shopping right now.
We do.
We miss TJ Maxx.
We go to the mall.
The only shopping you can do right now is for homes.
But hey, I have some more shout outs real quick. Okay. So Mel joined us. Hey Mel.
Is that Harold?
Harold's on here.
Hey,
Debbie.
Hey Debbie.
She said hello, ladies. I do. So as far as the pre-qualification letter process goes, yes, that is important to start first, but more than ever, especially right now, because with the coronavirus, everybody is trying to limit people who come into their houses. So a lot of times they're asking us buyer agents to show them that my buyer is pre-qualified, so they know that you guys are serious buyers, you're looking to purchase a house soon, and when submitting an offer, we will have to have that pre-qualification letter. Because, I mean, even with everything going on right now, we've been in a lot of multiple offer situations.
Houses are going fast.
Yeah.
I had one this weekend. Kaylee had multiple offers this weekend. So
and
we want our buyers to be ready when the time comes and not miss out on it.
Right.
When there are multiple offers going in on a home, so it's highly competitive, and the seller will usually not even accept an offer or take it seriously without a pre-qualification letter.
Right.
So that's why it's really important before you go out shopping to be ready to jump when you see a deal or when you see the home with that pre-qualification letter.
You don't want to fall in love with it and then lose it. So we're doing this to help you guys out for sure.
Last point on that too, I will say something that's happened to me in the past is, having a pre-qualification letter from another shout out to the Bomar team, Heather and her team, that is such a strong pre-qualification letter compared to, something that you may get online from like Quicken or, just any like online mortgage companies or like a bank, like it's not as strong of a pre-qualification as it coming from a local lender here, and especially one that's so respected like the Homebuyer team at Cornerstone. So get pre-qualified.
That's awesome. That's great. Let's see, somebody.
So Heather has, your home search is so much more fun when you can start with the pre-qual piece. You are crystal clear on the options you have and your game plan is in place. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to a house and like maybe it's $5,000-$10,000 over your budget, fall in love with it, and then be completely heartbroken when it's just not the right one for you.
Yeah.
And
So shopping in your price range makes it easy.
Buying a home, especially your first home, is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, and it can be scary and overwhelming, but that's why it's important to partner with local experts like a preferred lender and also like a buyer's agent, a realtor, to help guide you through that process so that you put everything in order and you're educated and crystal clear all the way through the entire process. Right. So another question that we get quite often is, how much does it cost to work with a realtor? And
it's free
for you. So
that's time buyers. It's free.
Yeah. So that's the amazing. All buyers are free. So that's the amazing part is you get guidance.
Debbie said, and get a home warranty.
Yes.
We recommend our buyers to get a home warranty.
Yeah. So we get to work for you for free to help guide you to be your personal shopper, to shop for homes for you online and send you ones that we think that you might really like, to help you through the finance process, to touring the homes. So whether you are a person that would like to see the homes in person and tour through those, then your buyer's agent will set up the appointments, the tours for you. Can bring all of the safety materials like Brittany talked about, and can even be the designated door opener too, and make sure you're safe. But also, if you don't feel comfortable coming in person too, then like Brittany said, the buyer's agent, again for free, we're happy to go and do a FaceTime tour or all kinds of different Zoom tour.
Yeah, take
everything
videos
like that
for you, take some pictures, show you the neighborhood, show you everything.
Even with all of this going on, our team, we're having a record-breaking year for sure, and it really hasn't slacked off at all with all of this going on. And I think that's because we are, a lot of reasons, the market is great, but it's also because we are happy to show you homes however you feel comfortable. We have a client right now who is in California and decided to buy a second home to come and visit his brand new grandbaby and buying a brand new home. We're going to close on it next week, and he hasn't been in Oklahoma at all. So we toured through the entire home, FaceTime. He was able to meet with the inspector while I went and was there in person and met with the inspector to go over the entire report. Had a question about the fencing. We've been able to do everything via FaceTime. And so the first time he actually is able to fly to Oklahoma, he'll be moving into his brand new home. So it's a fun time in the world right now. A lot of new creative things going on. So I love that.
We're definitely taking advantage of all the technology that we have.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we live in a world that we can do that.
Yeah.
So I know most of you guys have questions, and I bought a house sight unseen. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, Lauren. So
everything FaceTime calls. I love it.
So I actually sold a house last year solely on FaceTime before this even happened, like the whole virus. And I was super nervous for them because they had never seen the house, but then they got here to Oklahoma and they were happy, they fell in love with it, and now I'm helping their mom find a house here. So it's awesome. But so anyways, I know a lot of you guys have questions out there, so we actually got together and came up with our top questions that you guys might have. And we actually have them right over here in the bowl, and we're going to draw them and answer them for you guys.
And as we go through them, if you think of something, chat, type in some more questions, and we'll be happy to. If we can't answer it, probably Heather or Debbie or one of the other experts that are on here can answer.
We have a lot of experts on the call. Okay, shouldn't someone wait to find a new house they like before starting the finances part? Okay, so Jennifer covered this. But exactly like she said, you want to know what you can afford before you go shopping. So the very first step before even browsing online, I know it's fun to look at houses, but really your first step should be getting pre-qualified with a great lender. Like Heather at the Bowman team.
Yeah.
Along those lines, then once you do get pre-qualified, and probably because you won't be able to resist the temptation to look at homes online, a lot of people, Zillow or Realtor.com are really popular websites that people go to often to look at homes.
Sorry, we're
to look at
comments
homes.
are coming in.
And those sites are okay, but a lot of times they don't have the most up-to-date information. We'll often get calls from people, oh my gosh, I found this home on Zillow and I absolutely love it, I want to go see it. And we have to tell them the bad news that it's already under contract, whether it just went really, really fast, or sometimes Zillow or Realtor.com have misinformation. So the good news is we have an app that we're happy to share with you. It's a free app that is directly linked to the real estate MLS system. So it has up-to-date information all along. So you can search, it's a search very similar to Zillow, but it's actually accurate information. In addition, we'll ask you a couple of questions about your criteria. Is there a certain school district you want to be in? Is there a certain price range and size probably? And then we'll set up a custom search for you so that as soon as those homes hit the market, you immediately get notified, and then the buyer's agent gets notified as well, so that you can jump and run and go see the home right away, and we don't have to deliver bad news that you missed out.
Right.
So
Right.
check in with us later, DM us, or like Kaylee said, email us hello@oklahometeam.com, and we're happy to share that free app with you.
Perfect. Okay, so the next question. How do I know what price of home I should look for? So most people have either rented, of course, like an apartment, or rented from a landlord, or they just know their monthly income that they're bringing in. So that number that you feel comfortable with as your monthly payment, you can go to the local lender and talk to them about, hey, this is the payment that I want to stay within, and they will tell you, great, so you need to look at homes in this price range. So that's how you get that question answered.
And Cornerstone does a really good job too of giving usually 3 different scenarios. If
Yeah.
you want to save up this much and your monthly payment to be this, then look at homes in this. And different scenarios too.
Here, Jennifer, we'll give you a question.
Did you give her a bad one?
Is it safe to have people through my new home? So that's a good question, because on our team we have buyer's agents, and then I'm usually the listing agent. So I usually get to help people when they're interested in selling their home. So I don't know if we have any sellers listening in right here. Aw, David says hi.
Hey, David.
But someday, all of you who are buying homes now will be interested, will be ready to move up and sell it. And you guys probably all know people who are thinking, is now a good time for me to sell my home or not? And the answer also is yes, it's a great time. Again, we have all kinds of ways to keep it safe. For instance, we're having a virtual or an open house this weekend, and we monitor how many people come through at a time, gloves, masks, and
Hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
The buyer's agent can be the only one to open and close doors and keep an eye on it and everything too. As well as, like Brittany said, asking people, only allowing showings for people who are pre-qualified already. So that narrows it down to interested buyers. So it's a great time to sell a home. We've sold quite a few in the last month.
Hey, Jared.
What
Just
happened
joined.
with the last house that you put on the market, Jennifer? How fast did it sell?
Oh, well, the last house in Valencia that we put on the market, it sold within a week. We actually had multiple offers on it, and so the sellers who were a little bit nervous or had a lot of questions beforehand about having people through, so we limited showings to just evenings, because also they're working from home now, so that's kind of a different dynamic. So they're working at home during the day, so that's fine. We were able to just allow showings after 5:30 and then on weekends, and we end up with a multiple offer situation, so they got to have the upper hand and pick the very best one. It was fun.
So the market is still great, still hot, still a fantastic time to buy and or sell.
All right, so this question is, how can a buyer's agent help me? So we've talked about this a little bit, but really, we're here to be an advocate for you as a buyer. So, we're a third party that's just helping and wanting the best case scenario for you. And so we can offer our professional advice, our professional opinion, and just help you get the best information. We can also, provide you with advice as far as like, hey, do you want a home with the backyard facing west or east? Things that we know from experience with other buyers and our own homes. So we can provide all that information for you.
Yeah, and Emily said negotiations. And she also brought up, I had an investor who purchased a home last week, and it had over 20 offers on this house, guys. Like, it was insane.
Investors are usually really savvy because they know that at a time when other people are scared or don't know if they should buy is actually when they should strike while the iron is hot. They're watching that interest rates are crazy, crazy low, and they're really smart to work with a buyer's agent too. Like Kaylee was able to let her investor know he's interested in buying an investor, somebody that buys rental properties. She was able to let him know as soon as it went on the market because those good ones go fast and have multiple offers. So she's a big asset to him. My lease is up in July. When should I start looking for homes? So this is actually something we haven't really hit on yet, is timing. So yes, right now is a great time to buy a home, but let's say you're not quite ready yet. Let's say that you're renting and your lease is up later on in the year. So when should you start looking for homes? You don't want it to be too soon, too late, or anything like that. Get with the buyer's agent, get with us, and we can set you up on a search, even if it's not quite time yet, so that you know what's out there, so that you can get an idea on how much money to save up. Then once you find a home, right now it's usually taking about 45 to 60 days or so. Sometimes we can do it sooner to close on the home. So let's say your lease is up at the end of July, back that up to now we're mid-June. So if you bought a home, like found your home, wrote a contract on it, put your earnest money down mid-June, then you would be moving in at the end of July. So then back that up a little bit to give you time to shop around. To shop around to maybe start, really looking, touring homes towards the end of May. And so we're a month to that. So now is really the time to start watching the market, seeing what's going on. And sometimes too, talk to your landlord because, sometimes they're flexible on your move out date, and the lease date. And so that way, then, if you come across the home of your dreams and it's a killer deal, that it may be worth it to break a lease or to, work out something with your landlord in order to get the crazy low interest rates that are.
And even if that time frame overlaps itself, that one gives you more time to move. Mm-hmm. So if you had to move from one home to another, or an apartment to another, whatever that might be. And also, most of the time, your payment on your new home that you close with your mortgage won't actually be due until the next month. So it's not like you're having to kind of lose out on that multiple payment. So it could end up helping you out in the long run, but that's what we're here for, is to help make that transition as smooth as possible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
And I've seen another thing too where, you may not be ready yet, but it might be a good idea to start looking, because if you're potentially interested in new construction homes, you may start looking and say, hey, I love this home. Okay, well, it's partially built. It might not be ready for, 4-6 months. So even if you're a little far out or you're not in a rush, it's never too early to start.
Yeah.
One thing I would not advise is sometimes we get people say, I want to wait because I want to save up a little bit more money, or I want to work on my credit yet. So I guess as the carpets say, don't prejudge your credit. Like I would say, get with Cornerstone Lending, and again, we can share their free app with you. Let their advisors set you up on a financial plan. Sometimes it is better to save up a little bit more money, and sometimes it's not. A lot of times you can take one step forward and 2 steps back, miss out on the super low interest rates, miss out on the home of your dreams while you're saving up money, and different tiers and everything. That money may very well not save you nearly as much per month. So let them put together the financial plan for you and work together with you towards those goals. Anybody else have any questions? David Michael says yes. That's a great question.
So,
and Harold says, hey David, hey Tamara.
right.
Hey guys.
And so one of the other questions that we get is, how do people go see homes? So you can still see homes, obviously virtually, via FaceTime. We can do Facebook Messenger. We can do Zoom. We can actually take a video and upload it to our YouTube account. And so you guys can stay safe in your house if that's what you feel more comfortable with. But also people are like, well, I actually want to go see the house in person. That's completely fine as well. So you guys can take those precautions as needed as far as wearing gloves, a mask, but you guys don't have to worry about safe showings, yes. But you guys don't have to worry about, like, we're going to be touching on the doors. We are going to be touching on the lights, even though we're taking those safe measures as well with the gloves or Clorox wipes. And then at the end of each showing, we'll get you guys Germex and get you guys all taken care of so we are being safe and healthy.
Sunday afternoons are a typical time for open houses. Have always been. Sunday from 2 to 4 is usually when people have open houses. So what you can do now is there's a lot of virtual open houses going on. So if you check our Facebook page, our Instagram page that you're on right now, we'll be posting each Sunday the virtual open houses that we're having, as well as the in-person open houses. So this weekend, all of our buyers agents, every single one of us, we're going to be at an open house. A lot of them are either brand new construction.
They're all vacant.
Yeah, and they're all vacant too. And so we'll be there in case somebody wants to, from 2 to 4, in case somebody wants to come by and see it in person. But then also we'll be doing virtual tours online, just kind of like this, where you can pop on and comment and say, hey, I want to see that Lazy Susan over there.
And honestly, I mean, it keeps us busy and keeps us company as whenever you guys allow us to come answer your questions.
So hop on even if you're bored.
Yeah. All right, one more question that Jennifer is going to answer, and then we are going to do our drawing.
So, should people still try to sell their home? So Kaylee gave this to me because I'm the listing agent, and that's a really good question too. It goes along with everything else. If we're telling buyers to buy homes, then yeah, you should be selling your home. Interest rates are crazy low right now, so that means buyers can afford more than when interest rates are much higher. So your home is going to be a smaller monthly payment for them right now, which means more buyers will be interested in your home right now. Plus, there are a lot of people out there that are just scared or frozen in this time, so they're not putting their homes on the market. So you have less competition. We're seeing homes are still selling out there. Statistics show homes are still selling out there really, really well, but inventory is down a little bit. So that's why now is a really great time to sell your home. The grass is greening up, the flowers. If they buy now, they can move during the summertime, and you don't have as much competition. So we're happy to. I love it when people say, I'm thinking about putting my home on the market. I need to know what I need to do to it to get it ready to sell. Then I love coming over and doing that initial meeting to let you know, first of all, here's what I think we could price it at. Here's about how long I think that it'll take to sell. And then here's what you should and shouldn't do to get it ready to sell. Hint, it's almost always less than you think you need to do. So it's much better it's kind of like the financing thing. Let's put together a plan together, so that you're not taking one step forward, repainting your entire home, recarpeting your entire home, all new light fixtures and everything, and 2 steps back, because then that took you 2 months, and here in 2 months you have all kinds of competition, and it's not as good of a market. So happy to come do that appointment anytime too.
Can you do a virtual appointment, Jennifer?
I can do a virtual appointment, Brittany. That's a fantastic idea.
Oh my God!
Wow.
So I can come see your home. We can tour through your home via FaceTime, and I can tell you to pick up your socks and to whatever replace the light bulb. I promise I'm not going to judge it at all. I've seen a lot of dirty houses, and so don't clean your house just for me to take a look at it. I've seen a lot. So yeah.
Alrighty, so if you were following the Oklahoma team before we had this live event, you guys know that we were doing a giveaway. And so we are going to go to do that drawing. Drum roll,
Thank you to everybody for sharing the event and and inviting your friends, because
and
that's
thank
what
you
the
for
giveaway is
joining
for.
us.
Who's gonna be the winner?
All right, Kaylee, do you want to draw?
Jennifer can draw it because I'm holding
Okay.
this.
Okay.
And the winner is.
Make sure I only get one. The suspense is killing me. Erica Rankin. Erica Rankin.
So Erica, send us a message and I will get the prize over to you. And if you guys love this event, thought that it was helpful, give us a thumbs up in the comments. If you guys have any questions, DM us, email us at hello@oklahoma.com. And we're gonna
Let's
say
see,
something?
we were getting a couple comments, so I was just checking. Harold wants to know if there's snacks at this happy hour. Probably, because you're probably at home making dinner and it's probably amazing. So we want some of your snacks.
Right.
So that's it.
But stay tuned, everyone. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram if you haven't already. And
Short plug. I also want Downtown Edmond. Thank you so much for joining in, and I want everybody to go on and follow Downtown Edmond too,
AKA DTE. We are starting.
DTE, Downtown Edmond.
We're starting a new trend.
because Downtown Edmond has a ton of local restaurants, local shops that have drive-through and delivery right now, and it's a great place. That's a great page to find some local businesses to support right now. So thanks, Downtown Edmond.
Yeah. So stay tuned, guys. I'm sure we'll be doing another one of these shortly or soon, later on in the month or next. And we would love to have you guys join again and start thinking of those questions that you want to ask us. So, yeah.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
I got to get up and turn it on.
You turn off fast.